Got it.
Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. It's a party now. It's a two.
The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. And he'll get about 3 as he takes this up near the 25. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Let's go, tight end. Let's go right here now.
From the gun, it's a give to Cook. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. And a give this time to the tailback. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers putting up their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
Here we go.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He's going to air one out. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Rock it. Under 10, 10, get it.
They'll drop to throw. And he's got his target. That's Moore. Touchdown, Detroit. David Moore, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Walking into the stadium, we saw a ton of people donning the jerseys of this rookie quarterback, so you know they love that opening drive, and he throws a touchdown pass.
You get a little bit of confirmation about what they had hoped, right? Because they thought they had a quarterback. They're thinking they have a quarterback. You do this, they believe they've got a quarterback. Look up, elbowing each other up in the stands. That's our guy.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Here we go.
Here we go. Take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
180. Here we go, D. Here I come again. Here I come again. Here I come again.
They'll run for the first time with Johnson. He'll have a first down past the 40. A big hitter. That one goes for 40 yards.
Sometimes those lines that are drawn on a grease board or in a playbook, they come to life out on the field, don't they? And we just saw that on that outside handoff to the right.
That right tackle, he gets excited for that call, doesn't he?
He does, because he just wants to dominate his guy and say, listen, I was the point of attack. I took care of business. That's why you're able to get downfield and add all those yards to your total.
Yeah, really nice game there. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. As his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. And on that one, able to catch it, also able to have the wherewithal to take it in for the score.
And how about the phases of a successful catch and a completion of a play? Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then, of course, the run after the catch that ends up in the end zone.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really looked clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
2nd and 15. And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. You know, he's already thrown for more yardage in this first quarter than he did all of last week.
And I could be snarky here and say, well, he didn't throw for a lot of yards last week, but the bottom line is he put in a great week of practice and really came out ready to go in this one.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Give to Cook out of the gun. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. The tackle made by the linebacker, Joe Schobert.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Mike 53. They're not ready for this, man. Hey, exit. They still playing soft.
Now Cook, he's got it off the draw. Shedding the tackler, and it gives him some room. A big chunk of yardage there, 37 yards.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
Watch your slot. Watch your slot.
Now back to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Lions have taken the lead. Extra point from McManus is good. And that makes the score 14-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
We got this. The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Go.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Wentz now on 1st down. And yes, complete to the tight end McDonald. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
Well, they had that one snipped out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Now Wentz. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Willie Henry muscled his way in for the sack. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
It's taken on the 25. 51 yards on the punt there. And the Lions will take over. Meanwhile, down in Dallas, an update from there. And it's the Cowboys that have moved down to an early advantage. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it was real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here. 3rd and 10. Back to throw. And that will be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And it's taken in at the 9. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Giants' drive will start from deep in their territory with a 1st and 10. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shot of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball to their territory.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 7-yard line.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Now wins. Underneath for Johnson. He'll have a first down and more past the 20. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
A gain of 16 yards. And the Giants first down.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. And he's got his man, the tight end, McDonald. Through 1 quarter, 14-7 our score.
14, Giants 7.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. They'll run it now out of the gun. He finds an opening past the 40. 17 yards and a Giant first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive they went 3 and out.
So 2 first downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10. They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson trying to run inside, but nothing there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Working from the gun, Wentz. He finds Corey Davis.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
First down, New York.
Wentz going to lead his guys up 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 6 for 6 here to start the ball game. They go back to the ground with Johnson. And some room to run now. Past the 20. David Johnson on his way. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. David Johnson, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Parkey with the extra point, and we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Hey, Haywood. 55.
Cook. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
Back at the 24-yard line.
You ready? 53's Mike. Check. 53's Mike. I got one.
They'll set up a throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Credit the sack to Joey Bosa.
It's a team game, but sometimes individuals do stand out, don't they? How about that for a twofer? Tackle for the loss on the running play on the previous down, and then comes right back and gets a sack.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Fielded at about the 28. Well, a nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10.
At their own 44-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. ground. This is Johnson. And Johnson lost the football. It's loose, poked out.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Throwing on first is Wentz. And a throw right sideline is complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 13 yards, good for a Giant first down. Wentz going to lead his guys up 1st and 10. And he's 8 for 8 now, throwing the ball to start the game.
Mike 50. Mike 50.
On play action, Wentz going to throw deep for the end zone. And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete.
Not only did they drop what looked like an interception in the end zone, they blew a golden opportunity to shift the momentum.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down at about the 25 after a pickup of 4.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game.
Here we go.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. And that's knocked away and incomplete. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
And things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to their goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
That'll be taken in the end zone. Now a hit and a loose football. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Once again here on 2nd and 10. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jalen Smith. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. And he will score. Touchdown, Lions. How about that for a little jolt right before intermission?
I'm talking about taking momentum into the half with you, and so many teams have an emphasis on trying to score in the last 2 minutes of a half to carry that with them. It's not often talked about scoring on defense, though. That's extra mode.
And now they may take the lead into the locker room as well. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 26-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Shotgun now for Wentz. Escaping the pressure right. And he will not throw it away. He goes out of bounds, well shy of the line of scrimmage, so that's a sack. They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down now.
Here we go. 15, check back 15. Double dog. That's the way.
On 3rd down, Johnson. And not too much going there as he'll get it up to the 23-yard line. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Fielded at the 20. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. Good blocking there. Nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And possession will switch hands. 1st and 10. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency. Move the ball at least a few times on offense.
This is caught inside the 15. A big play there just before halftime. 47 yards.
Well, you don't have to be a genius to watch this game and figure out they've had plenty of success moving the football here in the first half. We've seen exhibits A, B, C, and right on down the line, haven't we?
Yeah, we just saw exhibit Z right there. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on. And he's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. Marvin Hall in the final seconds of the first half. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. McManus's point after is good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fairly short kick, taking it to 14 here. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36.
At their own 36-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Here we go. Back. 120. Quit talking about it and bring it.
They give to Johnson going right. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Man, these guys may not win this ball game, but you certainly can't fault the effort of this man here today. He's been a real thorn in their sides all afternoon. And that last carry puts him over the 100-yard mark.
From just shy of midfield, Wentz. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 41-yard line. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Check back.
Now a 10th carry for Johnson. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Let's pick it up. It's out of time, guys. Out of time. Let's get off.
Wentz now to throw. Green brings it in. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. The Notre Dame man, Jalen Smith, able to get a hand in and knock it away. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Wentz going to throw. This one complete, right side to McDonald. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop. But that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
Now Wentz going for it all. And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. Tyler Lockett, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. So up comes Wentz, as he and the guys on offense here will go for 2.
Pull it high.
Again, it's Wentz. And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And with it, they're back within a field goal. Now after the score, it's Parkey on to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 27-yard line.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Watch the slap. Watch the slap.
They run it again with Cook. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Setting up the screen for Cook. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now. Well, you can see what they wanted to do. They wanted to set up the screen there, but it got blown up.
It's hard to run that play if you're not getting a lot of pressure at the quarterback because the space doesn't open up. They were able to read that one and slow it down and stop it before they could get a first down.
The Giants take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. Do they want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
And they work this well upfield across the 45. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
That crossing route is so effective when you hit it just right because you get a guy on the move, and then we see the end result there.
It's a nightmare for the defense. They got a guy with a full head of steam.
Not only does he catch it, but he picks up additional yardage after it.
A first down carry here for Johnson. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last two plays.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on second and less than a yard. To throw, it's Wentz. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It's way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Could be four-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on third. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on third and inches. On first down, Wentz. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Tyler Lockett was the target there, but it'll be second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Ball on the 42 as they come up second and 10. Johnson running right. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a third down.
This has been an up-and-down, back-and-forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive could take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. From the gun, it's Wentz. He'll let this go for the end zone. And that is caught. He's got it for a Giant touchdown. 3 touchdown passes now for Carson Wentz. And the Giants are going to jump back in front. So on third and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30.
At their own 28-yard line.
Down.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
So the drive takes them into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 43. They'll set up to throw. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Fair to say the secondary play, whichever side you're on, hasn't really been a glowing exhibition so far, but a nice job there to prevent a long completion.
I agree with you, but at some point, someone had to make a play and try and stop this exhibition of almost speed racing that we've been watching, huh?
Yeah, it has been quarterback and receiver dominated. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Watch safety three.
2nd and 10. That one caught by Gibson. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 1st down Detroit, 16 yards on the pickup.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
They're going to look to throw. He gets this one into the hands of Dalvin Cook. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11. Back now at Ford Field. It's the Lions trailing, but with possession of the football as we get set to bring you the 4th quarter. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11.
Watch that in, tight end right.
Hey, Alpha.
Now Cook. And an alley to run. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Dalvin Cook, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Lions are once again going to retake the lead. Extra point from McManus is good. And that gives them a 3-point lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Come on, let's go.
The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. To throw is Wentz. Going for the deep ball. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
Wentz will try again on 2nd down. He lets it fly for Lockett. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Throwing his Wentz. Got his target, Samuel. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 45-yard line. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
They fake the give. Now Wentz. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down.
Out routes are always timing routes, and if the timing's off just a little bit, it can really throw off a play. It looked like he led him a little too much there.
Yeah, there was a fraction of a second because he caught it, just couldn't stay in bounds. To throw on 2nd and 10. Wentz. And that's complete. It's the tight end Daniels. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. A gain there of 21 yards.
And the Giants first down.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. On first down, Johnson. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Throwing now is Wentz. Flush to his right. And an alley to run. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Now we've got a Giant player here slow to get up after that last play. We'll check on his status when we get back.
Ready? 50's the mark. If you don't get this one, you think you won't get this? Get it.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7. A gain of 6 there on first. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Let's go. You tighten up.
On 2nd down, Johnson. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line. That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to 3rd down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
The Giants on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is in. Touchdown, Giants. Marcus Green, his first touchdown of the new season, as his guys are able to regain the lead. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
At the 28-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Hey, let's get some penetration here. Let's get some... Hey, Zoo. Let's go, let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53.
Here's a 2nd and 7. And finding the tight end, Hooper. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
The beauty of route running is it doesn't matter what position, everyone's doing the same thing. In this case, tight end, selling the vertical route. Get the defensive back on his heels, break off for the corner, and with good timing, you get a completion as we just saw there.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. He's going to look deep for more, and that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Hey, here we go. Check. Check. Go.
He'll look to throw. He's going to look deep for more. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Now back to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Hey, Charlie.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. They'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a 1st down. 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays that have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need. That's exactly what they got done.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. On the ground, it's Cook. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. 2nd and 9 now. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
I'm coming back.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. He's back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Joey Bosa in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. Down 4 late. Got to go for it here on 4th down. He'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down.
That's an excellent read right there. Saw cover 1. That means it's just a single high safety. So you know if you throw the ball to the outside part of the field, help is going to be a little bit late getting there. And he puts one out there for a big-time completion.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Get your backs to the goal line. I can hear my high school coach right now. This is when force meets force. Got to be physical in order to win this battle.
Yeah, that's where the physicality pays off. A nice job forcing the contact and forcing the incompletion.
Yeah, Coach Ford would have loved that play.
They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. Back to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's 3rd down. Not good. They didn't move the football an inch, and precious time ticking off the clock. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. Back to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So now it's 4th and goal. 1 play for the win. Other than that, not a very exciting finish.
Just a walk in the park,
yeah,
partner. Yeah, ho-hum. I know one thing, though. I'm making someone beat me other than their top receiver.
Likely the play of the game here, trailing in the final quarter and going for it on 4th and goal. They'll look to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown. And they've taken the lead here in the final minute. Now an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. He's got it. And this is indeed up to a 3-point lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. Good starting field position for the New York Giants here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Off the play fake. Rhodes. And he's got his man, the tight end, McDonald. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. From the gun, Rhodes. He's got Green.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Back to throw. Rhodes. Open man is Samuel, complete. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. A gain there of 21 yards. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. Looking to throw. Rhodes. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. And now the timeout call. So 5 seconds left, and a field goal would send us to overtime. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. So out comes the field goal team now for the second time here today. This to potentially send us to overtime. And his kick is indeed good. And they will tie this game here in the final seconds. So a money kick there in the final seconds. And now, barring any hijinks on the kickoff here, partner, I think you and I, we're going to settle in for a little overtime.
And I wouldn't have it any other way. This has been a dogfight all through regulation. No reason to think it won't continue in the extra period.
So 4 quarters wasn't enough, and we are off to overtime. Don't change that dial. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, score.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown.
And he's into the clear. And he's into the end zone for the touchdown and the game winner in OT.